Here are 8 things to be aware of before you quit your job and go into business full-time. You may have seen my previous videos on how to decide on what you really want, and it's not that easy of a question to answer. I come across many successful people in their careers, whether it be in the medical field or maybe it's in corporate, but they're still looking for something more to create in their lives. And usually it's because they've made a decision according to what the status quo said they needed to do to be successful, and they fulfill it. But now, deep down inside, which is really their spirit, they want something more. And usually they want more autonomy, they want more expression of their individuality, they really want time freedom. I think you can relate to what I'm saying here, okay? So typically what happens is the thought dawns in their mind to go into business for themselves. So really what they're saying is, from the job, right, I want to actually create my own economy. And that's a good thing. It's a powerful decision to make, and it also does have its own, let's say, consequences. So first, the idea of being in business for yourself is formed, and then you begin to get emotionally involved with the idea, right? So when we get emotionally involved with the idea, we actually feel compelled to do something, to take an action. So then boom, there's fear, because there's an actual fear of truly not just making a decision, but acting on the decision to leave the job. And why is there this fear? Because at that point, there's a belief that your job is a source of financial security, right, in your journey. And the fear is very understandable. I mean, you're moving into the unknown and it feels very uncertain, and you're asking yourself, well, can I really pull it off? And what I'm here to tell you is that you can. There are some things I would like you to be aware of first. So when you take that leap, right, you decide and you act on the decision, your parachute, so to speak, will open up faster along the way that you've made that leap. Okay. I want you to understand that, all your life, majority of your life is how to be an employee. And it would feel foreign to think about what exactly would it mean in terms of like the new design of my life to be an entrepreneur. Like, what does that look like exactly? One of my earliest business mentors, who was actually a former nurse and had amassed 7 figures in her business, told me something like this. And she said to me, you have to make the decision now as to what you're going to do with your time now that you don't have to go to the job anymore, right? So these 8 points I'm going to share with you in this video will help clarify what that looks like. And I really wish that I knew these things before I left nursing of 20 years. I was in nursing for 20 years. And because if I had known these things, I wouldn't have stayed as long as I did. You see what I'm saying? I stayed as long as I did because I didn't know what the new model looked like. So in this video, I want to help you get clear on the new model. I also want to really emphasize this though, that even though I didn't know these things, I want to share it with you in this video. Everything worked out. When I did leave, even though I didn't have the information I'm about to share with you now, I have always been guided at the right time with the right information from the right people during the time that I needed the help. And we're not just talking about information, we're talking about even resources that I needed at the time that I needed it. It always showed up. And the same will happen for you. So these are 8 things to be aware of before you quit your job and go into business for yourself full time. Number 1, understand your mind first. Yes, you heard it from me. It doesn't matter what business it may be. My colleagues and I agree, those of us who are really gone deep into mindset, deep into manifestation and energetics, we know, because we've explored many different businesses and we observe this with our clients. It doesn't matter what business it may be, whether it's real estate, network marketing, high ticket sales, affiliate marketing. It could be a brick and mortar business. You could just be a 1099 with your, with your services. Any other business, it pays figuratively and literally to understand your mind and how it works first, before the how-tos of business. We tend to want to understand mechanics first, and it is very understandable. It's rooted in the need for us to feel secure as a species. It's all about survival again. This is what typically happens, right? You're going to learn all the how-tos, even up to the point of ad nauseum, right? And it could very well be, you probably have heard my story from a previous video, that your behavior does not change yet in the way it needs to change in order to get the results that you want in your business. Why is this so? It's because there are several underlying belief systems, and most likely it's related to your beliefs about money, your beliefs about yourself, and I will say this right now, beliefs about sales that are affecting you in your behavior. And these are belief systems in the deeper parts of your mind that are preventing you from really going after your goals and transforming your life. We have different levels of mind, and we have to understand this. Understanding yourself as consciousness and the movement of that consciousness, which is mind, and how to work with that consciousness, that mindset will ensure that you implement all the how-tos that you learned, that you stuffed your intellect with on a conscious level with. It will ensure that you actually implement what you know. So please watch my video where I explain the different levels of mind more in detail. Make sure that personal development, that type of work, becomes like brushing your teeth, right? It needs to be done every day. Now, this is point number 2. You want to determine a goal that is worthy of you. You can watch my video on the different types of goal setting. You want to choose a goal where it gets you into the spirit of the vision of what you're creating and gets you into the spirit of your goal itself. Why? Because the journey itself and transformation is not just about like building a business. It's really about transformation. It will have its ups and downs. And those ups and downs need to be worthy of you, worthy for you to go through. So you need to choose a goal that is worthy of you. It's not just about you being worthy of the goal. A lot of people can think that way, right? Because they have this subconscious belief within themselves, a limiting belief about worthiness. The truth is you were made in God's image. You were made in the image of a higher power, source energy. So of course you are worthy. The main issue is, are you setting goals that are actually worthy of you to transform over? Point number 3 is get clear on your new identity as an entrepreneur. You may want to journal on this. Bring this to the workshop of your imagination. Remember imagination? You can look at what your typical day looks like now, being at the job with your home life, job life, extracurricular activities, right? Family. And then you can journal on what your life will look like once the job is out of the picture, because you're creating a big vacuum, correct? So what is the difference? What are you going to replace that vacuum with? What is the contrast with being a business owner? Who are you that is building a business? What are your thoughts? What do you feel? And of course, what is it that you do consistently? So you want to begin to meet this new version of yourself and become acclimated with this new version. Because when things get tough and really uncomfortable, which is a big part of the transformation journey, we often want to go back to what's familiar. So your default may be, oh, let me just go back to the job, right? Because I'm experiencing being uncomfortable. I'm experiencing new things. That may feel like, oh, I want to go back to what's familiar. Let me go back to the job. But getting familiar with the new version of you will give you a mental and emotional anchor to go to should times get difficult. And you may want to watch my video on how to develop your adversity quotient. Okay. The next point I want to say is number 4 is cultivate your emotional intelligence, or EQ, because your emotions will play a huge part on your productivity. Emotional triggers are one of the main root causes for procrastination. Emotional intelligence will determine how well you connect with your prospects and lead them during the sales process. A key part of business is to be engaged in sales, right? What you predominantly feel determines everything you attract to yourself and to your business as well. So this is a very important level of intelligence to hone in on, the EQ. And number 5, you want to cultivate your business IQ. And we're talking about more of the intellectual side, like the book learning side of the mind. This is a very conscious level of logic. This is mainly to aid you in understanding how life will be structured now that you're living your new model as a business owner full-time and entrepreneur. So you want to get clear on certain things in terms of your business IQ. Like, for example, your branding. Your business is a reflection of you. By honoring what makes you different and what your special sauce is, you move into pure creativity, right? You own your own lane in the marketplace. And with that, you don't necessarily compete. You just purely create. And there's an energetic difference between those two, right? Another part of the business IQ is sales. Being able to sell is the lifeblood of your business. It brings in revenue, and revenue for your business is like blood to the physical body. It sustains life for your business, and it must circulate. Another part of business IQ is marketing. What is your message, and who specifically are you speaking to? And this is all really energetic. Remember that like attracts like, and opening more channels for receiving the business comes with marketing. Another part of the business IQ is knowing your numbers of your business. So for example, knowing how the monies are flowing in and how they're flowing out gives you a bird's eye view of what is working and what may not be working, and how to do things better in terms of running your business, how to grow your business. So point number 6 is know that you have to grow your adversity quotient, or AQ. Because when we're facing challenges and feeling the pressures of building a business, know that you are facing them in the greater meaning of it. You're facing them to teach you something and to bring out the best in you, right? It's a great opportunity when you face challenges. It's an opportunity if you can see it this way. So I would highly recommend to choose this perspective when facing challenges, and you will win. See these challenges as a great way to grow your character. One of my mentors, Bob Proctor, had said that when we're going after big goals, we will attract big problems, and they're really there to serve you. Okay? You will get to know with these challenges the wounds within you that need to be healed. And when we experience the resistance as part of the whole creative transformative journey, it reveals what needs to be addressed within us on a deeper level. So adversity can also present themselves in the form of disruptions, and disruptions are great ways to reset and to up-level. It's usually through these type of adverse experiences that we really put, this is part of the opportunity, we really put into motion, into action, our understanding of how to utilize our higher mental faculties, you see. Because we have to utilize, and watch my video on the higher mental tools or faculties, we have to utilize them in order to turn things around. Okay? Because all that we can really truly control is ourselves. Point number 7 is get a coach and a mentor that can help you. This will shorten the learning curve for you. This will shorten time frames for you. And this is what you would want to make sure about this coach and mentor, that this person has a holistic approach when working with their clients, meaning to say they do understand the how-tos, like the how-tos of sales, marketing and branding, all these things. They also understand the energetics involved in the creative process of building a business. They know how to get you unstuck, is what I'm trying to say. It is also so important to work with someone who can point out your blind spots, right? And help you navigate through the complexities of your experience. I cannot emphasize this enough. It is one of the wisest choices you'll ever make, and that is to choose to work with someone The eighth, I would like to point out for you, eighth thing to be aware of is connect yourself with a community that supports your transformative journey and will lift you up when you need that encouragement. I want you to remember that you've got this. The universe has your back. I have your back. And all the resources you need to fulfill your vision are here in the ever-present now. It's also good to conscientiously connect with a community that is of like mind, of like frequency. And if you ever have a question, you can plug into them and they're there to help you out. So the more that you study and understand the truth about the mind and consciousness, the more you will know in mind and heart. Everything you need to succeed in the best ways possible is already within you. I hope you found this video very helpful. Until next time, leave a comment below with your greatest takeaways, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.